I'm Beverly Burnette, and I am president of the North Carolina Association of Black Storytellers. I'm president, I guess, now for over 10 years, and they tell me it's for life, and I want to know how long life is. But, nobody else steps up, and so they keep me on, and so it's fine. This year, we are excited. The North Carolina Association, I should say, is an affiliate of the National Association of Black Storytellers. So there are black storytellers all over the country. There are probably 17 affiliates. Not every state has one, and some states have duplicates, I should say. Like New York has one in Rochester, like inner city, what I call inner city, New York City kind of thing. Ohio has Cleveland and Cincinnati, and so some states have more than one. But the North Carolina group is a statewide organization. So as I say, we go from the uppermost part of North Carolina, from Halifax to Lumberton, and from Asheville to Wilmington. So we cover the whole state. And I tell people that means that there's 500 miles between one part or the other. And so we reach around and we try to cover all of those areas. This year, 2018, kind of the first time I can say this year. This year, the North Carolina group is hosting the National Association of Black Storytellers. And while I kind of wanted it to be in inner city Raleigh, off of Fayetteville Street, the folks who made the decision said that was out of our budget, but we're going to be in Cary, at the Embassy Suites in Cary. And we're happy about that. At least we're only one exit from the airport, so people won't have to travel too far when they fly in. The theme this year is one that we kind of battled around with, wanting it to be old and new. So the thing is weaving tales from the dismal swamp, tomorrow Monday marches. We all have seen the tomorrow Monday marches with Dr. Barber, but also, which is stating what we need in current day for our positive existence, whether it's education or better political power, etc. But the dismal swamp is not just something that came up out of the blue. The dismal swamp is up near Elizabeth City, where in George Washington's day, they were trying to drain the dismal swamp so that they can navigate it all the way to the ocean, or to, that area of Virginia, between North Carolina and Virginia, and make it navigable. And it was so huge, I mean, thousands of acres, maybe even, I'm not even sure how many. But that became an awesome job. And they were using the enslaved people to do that, navigate that job. And so some people found that was a way to find their freedom. When they went in, they didn't come out. And they weren't dead. Some of them kept moving and became a part of the Underground Railroad. It also became a place where they knew the area well enough to go in and not be found, although there were bears and snakes and, poisonous plants and everything in there. They found a higher ground that wasn't swampy, and they built huts and cabins and lived in there. Some lived in there for 30 years. And there's a gentleman now who's written a book where he's excavating those spots, finding where people lived and lived for 3 decades even. And they sneak out and do little jobs or find food and go back in. But they live with families in the dismal swamp, which is about 15 or 20 miles north of Elizabeth City. So when you're looking for a different place to travel, looking for some new experiences and new information, the Dismal Swamp, it's just very easy to research it. We just had a conference in November in Wichita, Kansas, and so everybody now is excited about coming to North Carolina. We know that it's going to be warmer than it was in Wichita in the fall. At least we hope so. What I would like to challenge each of you to do is to look at your own existence. Look at your own upbringing, who your parents were, who your grandparents were, and find your stories. Find a story from your family. Find a story from your own life. My youngest daughter, is a filmmaker. She also teaches at Payne College in Augusta, Georgia. And she keeps saying, Mom, I want you to write down the Beverly stories. Because I'm always telling some story about some situation. And my sister, who's a year and a half younger than I, doesn't remember any of it. And it's terrible when you can't get somebody to jog the memory and they say, oh yeah, I remember that. I don't remember that. So it's up to me to keep my brain oiled and revved up. And you may be the only one in your family, because my sister said, I was waiting for you to write those stories. I was waiting for you to do the research. Because I've done Ancestry.com and found out a lot that never was told to me. For instance, my great-grandfather, my mother's grandfather, fought in the Civil War. He was on the Union side, of course, from Wilmington, North Carolina. But nobody in my family ever told me that. I had to find out that from the rolls that were the Civil War rolls of those who were in the 37th Infantry in the Civil War. And then once you do that, all kinds of information. If you go then to the National Archives, there's a whole stack. Men, it's so easy for men to find themselves. But women, when they change their names and they don't have to register for the draft and all that, their information can get lost. But men's information, when they register for any kind of armed services, their information is in the archives. And then you can find who they married, who they divorced, who their children were, and all of that. So find your own stories. Find your stories, not just for you and your own siblings, but find them for your children. Because you pass down what your talents are, what your interests were, where you went and what you learned, and who was kin to you and what your grandmama did, grandpa did. You find who you are when you find those stories. And I think that's all I'm going to say. Thank you so much. Say again. You mean that in the little time I was out of the room? I did. Could you show and tell something? All right. I'm now a storyteller, but I did nearly 40 years of social work. I worked at dog school for girls in Kinston, which is a training school back in the day. They called it training school. And then I came into the Wake County Public Schools, and they changed us a little bit and made us what they call student services specialists, which meant you had to do social work and guidance. And while I read a little book one time in my guidance group, I said, Dad, I can write a book. I can write a book like that. So I wrote a little book, a drug prevention coloring book for kids called Casey Takes a Stand. And it's a little narrative poem story. And I had it published, and the News and Observer said they'd give it to Wake County Public Schools. And they said, how many copies do you want? I don't know. They said, we'll do 30,000 copies for Partnership for a Drug-Free North Carolina. And so that's how this little book came into existence. For the Storytellers, we always bring up the name of Zora Neale Hurston. Who's familiar with Zora Neale Hurston? Zora Neale Hurston was born in Alabama, but grew up in Edenville, Florida. And she, in the 20s and 30s, linked up with well-knowns like Langston Hughes and others. And in the 30s, after the bottom dropped out of finance, the federal government hired authors and storytellers and artists to go into the South and record the first-person narratives of those who had been enslaved. And North Carolina has 2 volumes, I think maybe over 400 pages each volume, of all those narratives taken from people who were still living. And many of them are 80 years old and older by the 1930s. If they had been enslaved in the 1860s and before, they were old people. And many of them were just trying to exist beyond the current years or wherever they were. But Zora Neale was one of those people who also went around trying to collect stories so we have those stories today. And somebody named Joyce Carol Thompson did a little children's book on one of Zora Neale Hurston's stories called What's the Hurry, Fox? And some other stories. So those stories that were collected in the 20s and 30s became a today's kind of storybook for children. And Nelson Mandela's stories, which I love, favorite folk tales of Nelson Mandela with pictures and all. So those are good storybooks to share with young people. Now, just in the last few days, one of our national storytellers received a call from somebody from Germany who wanted the storytellers here in America to send him our stories because he wanted to share our stories and translate them into German. And at first glance, you thought, oh, that's nice. But then if you think about it, are you going to give your grandmama's recipes out, the secret recipes? Are you going to give your stories for somebody else to put their name